You think you know the person you marry, until you find out he's been living two lives, and one of them includes you. I met Jason when I was 26. He was charming, soft-spoken, and had this quiet confidence that made me feel safe. He worked as a mechanical engineer, loved dogs, and always talked about building a future together. We dated for 3 years before he proposed. It was everything I'd ever dreamed of. Candles, roses, tears, and promises that felt like forever. So, when the big day finally arrived, I thought nothing could ruin it. I was wrong. Everything was perfect. My mom was crying, my best friend was fixing my veil, and Jason, he looked like the happiest man alive. As we stood at the altar, my eyes drifted across the guests. And I froze. Sitting near the back row was a man who looked exactly like Jason. Same face. Same eyes. Same nervous smile. For a moment I thought my brain was playing tricks on me. But when our eyes met, he smiled. A slow, knowing smile. After the ceremony, I couldn't stop thinking about him. When I asked Jason, he laughed nervously. "Oh, that's Daniel, my twin brother. Didn't I tell you about him?" Oh. He hadn't. But with everything happening, photos, speeches, dancing, I brushed it off. Maybe I'd just forgotten. A few days later, Jason and I were packing for our honeymoon when someone knocked on the door. It was him, Daniel. Jason's face turned pale. "What are you doing here?" he asked sharply. "Just came to say congrats, bro," Daniel said with a smirk. The tension between them was electric. No hugs, no smiles, just coldness. Daniel turned to me, shook my hand, and said softly, "You deserve to know the truth someday." And then he left. I asked Jason what that meant. He snapped, saying Daniel was a liar, a manipulator, and that I should never speak to him again. So I didn't. At least not then. Months passed. Married life was good, at least on the surface. Jason was attentive but distant. He often worked late, had emergency trips, and would sometimes come home smelling like someone else's perfume. When I brought it up, he'd brush it off. "You're overthinking again, babe." But deep down I knew something wasn't right. One evening while Jason was in the shower, his phone buzzed. A message from a woman named Elena, 2 hearts. Read, "Can't wait for our anniversary trip next weekend." My heart sank. Anniversary trip? I felt my hands shake as I scrolled through their chat. Photos. Voice notes. Even a selfie of them at a lake I'd never been to. And then one photo stopped me cold. It was from our wedding day. Elena had written, "You looked nervous up there, but you pulled it off." She had no idea. No idea about what? That night I called Daniel. I didn't know what else to do. He picked up on the first ring. "I was wondering when you'd call," he said quietly. I told him everything. The messages, the perfume, the lies. He sighed deeply. "Listen, I'm not his twin. Jason made that up." "What are you talking about?" I whispered. "My name's Daniel. Yes. But I'm not related to him. We met 5 years ago, at a business seminar. He told me he needed help pretending to be someone else, said it was for a personal reason. I didn't know he was getting married. My blood ran cold. Jason had used Daniel, maybe paid him, to pose as a twin brother, so no one would question his double life. I felt sick. Daniel hesitated, then said, "He's married, Sarah. To a woman named Elena. I met her once. They've been together for 6 years. You're his second wife." The world spun around me. Jason wasn't just cheating. He was living 2 marriages, 2 lives, under different names. I confronted him that night. When I showed him the screenshots and recordings, his face drained of color. He didn't deny it. "You weren't supposed to find out," he whispered. "I love you both in different ways." He begged for forgiveness. Tried to explain how lonely he was, how he never meant to hurt anyone. But his words were just noise. I kicked him out. Filed for divorce. And made sure Elena knew the truth too. Turns out he'd been juggling 2 identities, Jason Matthews and Ethan Miller. 2 jobs. 2 bank accounts. And 2 women who believed they were his only love. When the police got involved, he disappeared for months. But karma has a funny way of catching up. One morning I got a call from Elena. "He's been arrested," she said flatly. "Fraud and identity theft." I felt a strange peace wash over me. Not happiness. Not revenge. Just closure. It's been 2 years since then. I moved to a new city. Started therapy. And slowly I'm learning to trust again. Sometimes I still think about that wedding day. About the stranger sitting in the back row, smiling like he knew the truth. And now I understand why. Because he did. If you were in my place, would you confront him, or walk away without a word? Tell me your answer in the comments below. And if you love true stories about lies, betrayal, and truth, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next one.